could have a little bit of light. Just, there you go, thank you. We're just going to introduce the film and then we're going to come back at the end when it finishes and take questions off you guys. And we'll be here. We brought some posters and Anne brought some stills, so if anybody wants anything signed, we'll be here at the end. But there's a little story to tell you before we start the film. So when this was made, we're not going to watch it. Thank you. Well, you can leave it on pause there, that's fine. Okay, so there's a little story to tell you guys. Back in 1989, when Clive Barker filmed Nightbreed, he actually took his novel Cabal and he filmed that. And I guess you guys all know that, that's why you're here today. So Clive actually made Cabal into a film. And when he finished shooting it first time round, he showed a really rough work print to the studio. And the studio said, this is not what we thought we were going to get. We thought we were going to get a Hellraiser type movie. And there was a huge complaint from the studio, and they kind of told Clive that they wouldn't release it unless he made changes, and they wanted to change the film so that the character of Dr. Decker became the center of the film, and the Nightbreed were kind of brought backwards because, you know, in their words, why the fuck would the monsters be the good guys? That's what they thought. So Clive had a little bit of, he reshot, he changed it, and what you guys got to watch in 1990, or what you subsequently watched on DVD, is not the film that Clive wanted to make. And he spent the next 20 years telling people that he'd actually filmed Cabal. So I'm just interested, who's read Cabal in this room? Okay, incredible. Okay, that's good. So you've read Cabal. So that's what you're going to get on screen today. You're not going to... Thank you. The wonderful thing about having Anne here is her character, for me, is the most changed of all the characters in the film. She actually gets to have a story now. She gets to have a relationship with Babette. She gets to have a love story, and everything changes. I don't want to give away all the finer details that we'll discuss at the end, but you know, different characters live and different characters die. And the film that you're about to watch isn't 45 minutes longer than Nightbreed. It's actually 70% different. So 70% of this film you have not seen before. It's edited differently, it feels different than what you've seen before. Now, the next thing we need to think about is that what makes the films that we all love great are fantastic stories, isn't it? Yeah, great stories make great films. That's why Transformers is a piece of shit. Because it doesn't have a story. Yeah, they never had a story. So, but this has a great story. And
but we're not talking about the 80s one.
Immerse yourself in the story when you watch it, and you have to forgive the film a few little things, because it comes from 3 different sources. It comes from DVD, and it comes from 2 work prints. The work prints that were discovered are VHS, so they came from a VHS source. I had to do a lot of work on the VHS source because after 20 years it started to look like an overcopied porno. So you guys remember overcopied pornos? So it has its moments of we won't call it poor quality, we'll call it porno quality. So when you refer to it later and you say that sequence there that was a bit crackly, we'll just call it porn. So it's monster porn, you know, it's great. So yeah, when you watch it, you'll notice some crackly images. There's nothing much we can do about that until we get to work with the company that's going to release it, and we get to restore the images digitally, etc. But it's thanks to people like you today that will happen. Hopefully next June, July, it will be on sale from Shout Factory. You'll be able to watch the Cabal Cut again at home, and all the images will match, so it'll be DVD, Blu-ray quality when it's finished. So you can only at festivals and events like this can you actually watch the version that we're seeing now. It'll be very different when you watch it on the cinema. So I'm going to let Anne say a few words, and then we'll be back when the film finishes, And I'd really like to hear your opinions, your questions, etc. And after that, we'd love you to come over and say hello and tell us what you think as well. So it's great to meet you all, but it's Anne's turn to talk now.
Thank you, and thank you all for your patience. Waiting outside and waiting for us to get everything ready. It's funny because Russell said it's not 45 minutes longer, 70% of this is totally different, and I wanted to say, and about 3% of that you're not going to see at all. So just think, those scenes that you can barely see are there for a reason. They're markers, they are important parts of the mythology of this film, and they're there for a reason. And this really is you are the only people who are ever going to see this. So every one of these is sort of a very unique experience, and I really do want to know what you think about it. It's very funny because Neil, who I talked to, Neil Gaiman called me over the summer. He had seen it, and he called me and he said, "It's your story." And I went, "I know, I feel so redeemed." You're going to see the screenplay that I read that made me go, I want to do this movie. And you have all probably seen Nightbreed a hell of a lot more than I have, because I saw Nightbreed once. And I went, oh, that's not Nightbreed. So you're going to get to see what I saw when I first picked up the script, and I really do want to hear what you think about it, and I really hope you like it. I'll talk to you soon.
Woo! Yeah!